Ari, this is Uncanny Excellent Men, First Class, Issue 3. This is good for what it is. I think this is an all ages book, which is why they are advertising bedspreads on the back instead of the things that they normally try to sell, like cigarettes and switchblades. This series is a retcon series, a continuity insert one, and this issue in particular focuses on Squealy, and Squealy is one of my favourites. I often say that characters are one of my favourites and I never explain why. Squealy, I like Squealy because, well, first, I like the colour green. Green is a good colour and his costume is mostly green. I didn't think that his costume is that good actually, but I like looking at it. The green and yellow looks pleasing to my eyes. I also like him because he is a working class Irish bloke. And that's like as close as they have gotten to my race of people. Until there is an autistic Geordie with severe manic depression, an Irish bloke is as close as we have gotten to me. But outside of Generation Next, Squealy never really got much traction. They never really explored his character or spent much time with him. So I think the idea of going back to the Christopher Clairvoyant days and doing stuff with Squealy is the right sort of thing to do here. The art is by Roger Madureira, and he is a decent artist. He's good even. He definitely was on form here, but I always felt that his career was crippled early on by the thing where he traced Joey Mentals and he got exposed for it. I don't think he traces anymore, but he also never really got any big opportunities after that scandal. What we're seeing here is a quick training session where we get to see Squealy winning against all the other excellent men at a game of Capture the Flag. Nice little bit of establishing the character and his powers. And after this, the rest of these excellent men, they didn't really appear in the story. Yet they put the Smurf up front and centre on the cover. Good cover, but I do think this is a portfolio piece they repurposed. This issue, it gives us a greater look at Squealy's relationship with Bo and Myra. This is another thing we never got to see much of back in the day. And our plot, it relies on Squealy's first wife, who is dead, and voodoo magic. Squealy's father-in-law arrives at the Excellent Men house, and here we get a look at Squealy's dead wife. She is called Maeve, and maybe she is Queen Maeve from The Boys. I am all about her now. I do call Mr. Shenanigans though. In that one old story which showed us Squealy's history with Queen Maeve, she had blonde hair and she was not a redhead. Maybe one of the reasons I like Squealy is because he used to be married to Queen Maeve, and I am all about her now. Look, there is a voodoo man, and he's going to bring back Queen Maeve, so we have Squealy being honoured by the apparent Casper of his dead wife. And it guides him and his father-in-law, and Bo and Myra as well. This is actually a good bit solidifying and justifying their relationship. She comes along with Squealy on a search for his dead wife. Over here, we have a subplot with solar flares, which is in the true spirit of the Christopher Clairvoyant era. Christopher Clairvoyant, he was honestly obsessed with solar flares. Advert for an alright video game. So this trio of characters, they gone off to New Orleans or one of them places like that. And in the least surprising twist ever, the father-in-law is the baddie all along. And he has done this whole thing to try and get back at Squealy, who he blames for his daughter's death. And Squealy, he cannot bring himself to fight the image of his dead wife. We get some backstory here about how the father-in-law is dying of cancer and he is angry that Squealy has moved on from his dead daughter. Then an advert for a shit comic. And there is a mutie whose mutie powers resemble Haitian voodoo. And he is the one who has created this Casper of the dead wife. But then Squealy saves the day with a squeal. And there's a fire and he has to let go of his dead wife. And the story ends with an explosion and Squealy resolving his past and moving forward with his new relationship with Bo and Myra. It's a great little story with Squealy and I like it, but I think people who didn't have a fondness for Squealy will probably find it a bit pointless and corny. I like going back and casting a glance on the supporting characters or the characters who were pushed to the background like this. And I think this is a story that does it well. It doesn't break anything and it only strengthens stuff that wasn't done that well to begin with, like Squealy's relationship with Bo and Myra. I rate this one 7 thumbs up.